people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Forward, we're probably going to have to make some other changes to the roster just to get more outfield depth, but for today, it made sense.
Was this talking about how he feels like he learned the first time here that he needs to be a little more patient and he feels calmer this time? Just what do you want him to take from that?
Well, yeah, I think that's right. I think that's a normal experience for, you know, your first week. Over aggressive, so you know, I think that means he probably took some good feedback from his experience, and that's what you want.
Was there any conversation about Casey getting that call up?
Yeah, there was some debate. I think I guess I would tell you that the rosters are changeable every day.
When you talk about outfield depth moving forward, is Casey one of those guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Assuming he doesn't get traded.
He's the first part.
So Moises Ballesteros in the lineup today. He's the designated hitter, batting 7th. Ian Happ day-to-day with that bruised shin. So Seiya Suzuki in left field today. When we come back, the baseball board next on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Cade Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
News just in. Bet365 bets today.
And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. TVs apply in app only.
Give me those sauces. Grab the chicken strips. Let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey. And I'm Josh. And we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Anne Marie Johnny Meyer performing the national anthem in Milwaukee today. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. As we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Cubs in Milwaukee, the finale of a 3-game set. Cubs begin play 2 games behind the first-place Brewers in the National League Central. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Now, it's been a rough July for Kyle Tucker, a .200 average with just 1 home run, but he's 4 for 7 in his career against Freddie Peralta, so I'm banking on Tucker today. The pitching matchup is brought to you by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Shota Imanaga is on the mound for the Cubs. 7-4 with a 3.12 ERA. The left-hander was rocked Friday on the south side. 7 runs on 12 hits in just 3 innings. Freddie Peralta going for the Brewers, 12-4 this season with a 2.81 ERA. Last Friday, the All-Star right-hander allowed just 1 earned run on 5 hits in 5 innings of work against Miami. He struck out 9 batters in that game. Let's go around baseball. Sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Top of the 5th inning at Camden Yards. The Blue Jays leading the Orioles 4-3. Miles Straw with a 2-run home run, his 2nd of the year. Diamondbacks and Tigers tied at 1. Top half of the 4th inning in Detroit. The Red Sox on top of the Twins 2-1. They are in the top of the 4th inning in Minnesota. Here in Milwaukee, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Brewers, Pat, Ron. Next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score. Hi, I'm Bob. At American Sail, we're known for having the largest selection of pools, patio sets, hot tubs, and grills. And as summer winds down, we need to make room so you can take advantage of our annual clearance event. Save up to 70%. That's right, 70%. And get 5 years special financing or 10% cash back. Plus, free delivery. See store for details. The clearance event is going on now at American Sail. So come in and see us or visit us online. American Sail, bring the fun home.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Dear summer, ready to get your adrenaline pumping? Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. Join Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman, and me for every Cubs game on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
He drives one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Cruz. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run, Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, deep right field. This ball's got a chance. It is gone for a home run.
And if you live in the Chicago area, also on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
Base hit into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stump by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer.
This is what you came here for. Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Laturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from American Family Field in Milwaukee. It's time for the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It has been a rough series for the Chicago Cubs so far here in Wisconsin, dropping 2 games by the scores of 8-4 and 9-3. And suddenly the Cubs, after being in first place for the great majority of this season, find themselves in second place, 2 games behind Milwaukee in the National League Central. Today, excellent pitching matchup. A couple of aces on the mound. Shota Imanaga will try to give the Cubs a win and salvage something out of the 3 games. Shota 7-4. He'll be opposed by the talented, tall right-hander Freddie Peralta, who has put together a season of 12 wins and 4 losses. We are playing indoors for the 3rd straight game. Steamy and stormy outside. Very comfortable, 72 degrees indoors here at American Family Field. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for today's game. Sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. Leading off for the Cubs today and playing first base, Michael Busch. Kyle Tucker in right. Seiya Suzuki batting third and playing left field.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What?
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Hats, numbers, sleeves, and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Big crowd, nothing new there. Over 40,000 have attended each of the first 2 games. Game 3 right around the corner. The Cubs need a win. Let's see what happens when we come back and get it started right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, Hefty, Hefty!
EQ presents How to Make a Blizzard Treat Even Sweeter.
Just get a Blizzard treat on Miracle Treat Day, July 31st, and help support kids like me, Ari. On Miracle Treat Day, $1 or more of each Blizzard treat sold at participating locations benefits your local children's hospital. So treat yourself in the most meaningful way and support local kids like me on Miracle Treat Day at DQ, Thursday, July 31st. DQ, happy tastes good.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Car accident? Call DNW right now. Slip and fall? Call DNW right now. Any accident at all? Call DNW Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And I would say this is a big ball game, Patrick. It's one of those things where if the Cubs win, you only lose ground by one game in the series. Not that big a deal. You lose today, you lose 3 games, ground 3 game-wise, and that is a big deal. So today you really need Shota to step up and have a big ball game today.
Well, let's see what happens. Ron Michael Busch leads it off in the first inning. Freddie Peralta, big tall right-hander, listed at 6 feet. For some reason, he looks a bit taller than that. He's solidly built, 198 pounds. Busch hitting .276. We're ready to go. The first pitch by Peralta, hit in the air, deep right field. It's got a chance. Cubs lead 1-0. Michael Busch cracking a home run on the game's first pitch. And the Cubs have an immediate 1-0 lead. And listen to the Cub fans here at American Family Field.
I am looking around the ballpark, and it is amazing how many Cub fans are here for this game. This is a fastball right down the middle at the knees, 94 miles an hour, and it went out about 110. And that is a great start for the Cubs.
Woo. Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot as Kyle Tucker stands in. And Kyle takes outside. Number 21 for Busch. 61st run batted in. The leadoff man presented by Benny's. Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Tucker, a check swing foul.
I guess Michael's ready.
It's like taking matters into your own hands.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That was a bullet right out of the ballpark.
And the pitch to Tucker, low and inside for a ball. We talk about the final game of a series where one team or the other has won the first 2 or the first 3 if it's a long series. And it's so very important, if you've lost 2 in a row, to score first. I've always thought you don't want to fall behind after you've already lost 2.
I would agree.
It's like another downer. Here we go.
Yeah, that's RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
Tucker hitting .273. Here comes the 2-1 to Kyle outside. The scoreboard said 2-1. It was 3-1, and that's ball 4. A run in the bank, a man at first, still nobody out. We've heard many of those Cub fans, Ron, as you pointed out, and I don't see too many empty seats in the upper deck. Fans still filing in.
I looked around as that ball went out of the park just to see it. There's thousands of Cub fans here today. I mean, in every section, it looked like almost like a home game for the Cubs, the way everybody stood up cheering for the home run.
Suzuki 2 for 8 in this series. The pitch to Seiya. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. So many people live between here and Chicago, and
For some Cub fans, it is actually more convenient to come here than it is to go to Wrigley.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch low and inside, 2-1. That almost hits Suzuki. Now, Peralta has been a tough customer against the Cubs over the years, Ron. We've seen him pitch many games. It's his 16th career start, and the Cubs are 2-8 against him. Or he's 8-2 against the Cubs would be another way to look at it. The pitch to Sayop, poke foul, right side out of play. It's his 20th game against the Cubs. His career ERA 3.007 in games against Chicago.
Yeah, and with that many starts against the Cubs, and you got a 3 ERA, that's pretty good.
Here's the pitch to Suzuki. Breaking ball is outside. I'm saying he gets a fastball. He's given up a home run. He's given up a walk. He's full on the count. He does not want to walk another man. I'm looking fastball.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
Yeah, that very well could be. He throws well over 50% fastballs.
Swing and a miss, as he did pull the string on a changeup, and Suzuki is out number 1.
Well, right on right change. And the one thing about Peralta through the years, even when he was young, very young, good. We always knew he had a great arm, but his changeup was always that pitch that separated him, that you knew, you had to figure that pitch out, and it's a good change, that's for sure.
Pete Crow Armstrong steps in. Pete's had a rough series, 1 for 6. Dropped a fly ball in center, but you're going to have some games where things just don't go your way. 23-year-old talent, and he is a huge talent. Crow Armstrong takes a strike, 0-1. Leadoff man presented by Benny's. On that home run by Bush, Benny's donating $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Here's the 0-1. Spiked foul off the hands. Left side, might have broken his bat.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Peralta's going to throw, that 94 to 96, even get it up to 97 maybe in this ball game. Very good arm. Speed gun is always powered by Xfinity. Get seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
For Armstrong, 27 home runs as he waits for the 0-2 pitch. Lined into right center, a base hit over a leaping Terang. Tucker had to hold up thinking the ball might be caught and advances only to second base. 0-2 pitch. He threw an off-speed pitch and hung it right in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, it's a hanging breaking ball, and you definitely don't want this pitch there. They wanted it to be a backdoor hook, and it not only did it not stay on the outside part of the strike zone, it ended up in the middle, but was also right mid-thigh, and Pete kind of double clutched on that pitch and just lobbed it over Durang's head at second base.
Cubs lead 1-0, have first and second one away for Carson Kelly, and he'll take a strike.
John Libka behind home plate has had a very generous strike zone on the inside part of the plate for Peralta. He's given him a couple that have been well inside.
Fastball, strike 2 call. Libka, the home plate umpire, as Ron says. Sean Barber working at first. James Hoy, the second base umpire, and D.J. Rayburn at third.
If that strike zone stays where it's at, that is a big plus for Shota, because that's the side of the plate he likes to pitch on to the right-handed hitter.
The 0-2 to Carson Kelly. Lifted to right, slicing foul and out of play. American Family Field in Milwaukee. No cheap home runs down the lines. 344 to the corner and left, 345 to the corner and right. But the alleys are inviting. 371 left center, 374 right center. Kelly takes a breaking ball down low. It's 400 to straightaway. The height of the wall is 8 feet all the way around. So occasionally you'll see a man jump up and rob an opponent of a home run. Peralta at 19 pitches already. with one away in the first. Here's a high pop-up, foul, playable first base side for Vaughn, and that's going to be out number 2. Just beyond the coaching box area, foul territory first base side. And here's Nico Horner.
Kelly a little frustrated with himself. He got a pretty good pitch to hit behind in the count. He got a fastball in the middle of the plate, and just a little tardy and a little underneath trying to get to that fastball. Say it's a good pitch to hit, but Peralta rushes it up there. He's in the mid-90s with just about every fastball, so it's no walk in the park facing him with this good breaking stuff, good change, and mid-90s heater.
Catcher Contreras out for a rather lengthy discussion with Peralta. What do you suppose they're talking about here?
Could be, what you want to do with Nico Horner. Nico is one of those rare guys that, with runners in scoring position, he's dangerous and he sprays the ball around the field. He hit the home run on an inside breaking ball to left yesterday, but as we know, he likes to use the right center gap. So, getting on the same page with runners in scoring position, trying to figure out exactly how they want to go about facing Nico.
First pitch to Horner, swung on and missed, off speed. Very good speed on the base paths. Tucker at second and Armstrong at first, both with excellent wheels. Horner having a good series, one of the few Cub players that is. He's 4 for 8 with a home run. 2 outs, 2 on. Cubs lead 1-0 as Horner takes a strike. And now it's 0-2.
Well, I'll tell you what they want to do. They're going to stay inside on Nico Horner. They may go away now, but the first 2 pitches, changeup in, fastball in.
And the strike 2 pitch, changeup low and in. Cubs still 17 games above 500. Game number 108 here today, the exact 2/3 point of the season. 54 to play after today. Now the 1-2. Horner pops it foul off to the right, out of play. Peralta throwing a lot of off-speed pitches in the first inning.
Well, he threw the first fastball and it ended up in the bleachers and right. That'll rattle your cage a little with the fastball. Michael Busch took the first pitch and hit a rocket into the bleachers and right.
Tucker away from second. Crow Armstrong off of first. This will be Peralta's 25th pitch of the opening frame. And the 1-2. Nico, a check swing foul back. That was in on his knuckles.
Now for Nico, I think he can expect this facing these guys from now on. I would be shocked if they pitch him to where he can use the other side of the field. I think he's going to get pitches inside for the next. We got 5 more against them after today. I'd be shocked if he gets too many pitches away the rest of this season from Milwaukee.
Here comes the 1-2 from Peralta. Breaking ball low and away. 2-2.
See, and that's a miss by Peralta. Contreras sets up inside, and he missed his location by 2 feet.
Cubs already with a run in the bank, looking for more with 2 down. The pitch, swinging a foul back. He challenged him with a fastball, and Nico was right on it and fouled it back. Nico is one of the best guys on the team in spoiling 2-strike pitches that are good, tough pitches, but he stays alive.
Grinder.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning. The Cubs get a run on the swing by Michael Busch on the very first pitch. He homered. The Cubs leave a pair after a half. Cubs 1, Milwaukee coming up on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs get. Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Oldest brewery in America. Official beer of the Cubs Radio Network. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
BC Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Uniform descriptions we gave you, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference as Shota Imanaga goes to work and misses down low to Sal Frelick. Benjamin Moore, the official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Cubs lead 1-0. The next off.
Two freebies over his last 5 starts.
In a foul, the bat goes flying up against the screen over near the first base dugout. Did you have many bats fly out of your hands on the follow through?
No, I think I've only done it once or twice in 17 years of playing professionally. Never did it as a kid. Some guys have that tendency to have that happen to them. I never did. My bat was so full of pine tar and stickum. I had a hard time dropping it when I hit the ball.
Have you been trying to get that off your chest for a long time?
And I appreciate you asking. That was nice. Yeah,
it's fine.
I feel better now.
Here comes the 1-1 to Frelick. Pop fly fouled and back out of play. You've been retired for long enough that the statute of limitations has long since expired. So
Yeah.
you're in good shape.
Yeah, I got the gray hairs to prove it, too.
Frelick waits for the 1-2. It's on the way. Just a little inside. Shota was stunned.
Yeah,
he thought that was a strike,
So
and
was
it
Kelly.
certainly looked like one. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's a strike. Top of the zone breaking ball, didn't get the call. Lipka gave the inside part of the plate multiple times in the top half of the inning.
Strike 3 called on a fastball. Frelick is out number 1. Shota coming off a very, very rough outing against the White Sox. I can never remember a start that he's made in a Cub uniform where he had more difficulties, Ron. He worked 3 innings, gave up a huge number of hits, 12 hits in the 3 innings, and 7 earned runs, 3 home runs allowed. Here is a swing and a foul back by Isaac Collins. So you know he wants to bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely. He just did not have good stuff in his last outing. It's just that simple. It happens. He didn't have fastball command, and the split was not a relevant pitch because of the fastball command, and White Sox took advantage.
Isaac Collins, the right-handed batting left fielder, swings and fouls it away. It's 0-2. Collins hitting .278. Half a dozen home runs, has a wide open stance, hits out of a bit of a crouch. And Imanaga's 0-2 pitch is high for a ball.
Everybody in his last start was writing about his velocity being down. like, he's not a velocity pitcher, right? That's not his forte. So, a mile an hour here or there, to me, it doesn't matter.
Popped up foul and out of play.
Not having command, that's a big deal.
Here's the number I like about Shota. He's made 43 starts for the Chicago Cubs. In those games, the team is 32-11. Low and inside for a ball. Now, he does not deserve all of the credit for those 32 wins, but he's a major factor.
If all your pitchers didn't take credit for those wins, but they all had that record, I'd be making reservations for the World Series.
Swing and a miss on a change. Might have been a splitter. And that's the second out. He strikes out the first two Brewers he faces. Cubs lead 1-0. If you're just joining us, Michael Busch belted the first pitch by Freddie Peralta over the right field fence, gone by plenty for his 21st home run. And now the batter is William Contreras with 2 down and nobody on. Contreras takes a breaking ball low and in. Contreras always seems to have his hits and get his hits against the Cubs. This series is no different. 4 for 8 in the 2 games. Shota, the diminutive Japanese star, will deliver a strike. And the count is 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Good top of the zone fastball. What are you thinking here, Ron?
You've thrown 2 fastballs back to back for strikes. Last one 91 miles an hour. It's time for the split.
And the 1-2. Swing and a foul back.
3 fastballs in a row right at the top of the zone. Last one probably got a little more of the plate than he would have liked. He wanted it inside. He didn't get it in there, but it was fouled back.
And the 1-2. Drilled to deep left. This is trouble. Back to the wall and gone. William Contreras has tied the game with 1 swing. A line drive home run to left. And it's 1-1 here in the first inning. His 7th of the year, a hanging off-speed pitch. 44th run batted in. And the batter, Christian Yelich, swung and missed. Now here comes the 0-1. Lefty to lefty. Swing and a miss. Yelich homered in the opener. He's 2 for 7 in the 2 games. And again, his power stroke has returned. 20 home runs, 69 driven in. Yelich takes low and away, 1-2. Playing indoors. And a stormy and rainy and damp outside. And now the 1-2. Pulled on the ground, foul pass first. We'll do it again. The entire series has been played indoors here at American Family Field. And the 1-2. That's a little bit low, and the count even now, 2-2. And the pitch fouled away off to the left. Cubs are off tomorrow. The Baltimore Orioles will be at Wrigley on Friday. Baltimore suddenly playing some of their best ball of the year. They swept the first place Blue Jays yesterday in a makeup doubleheader. There's a swing and a foul off to the left out of play. Baltimore has won 5 in a row. And they've won 6 of their last 10.
And they are not out of it regarding the wild card spot by any means. They are 50-58 for the year.
Yeah.
But they'll be at Wrigley all weekend long. 3 straight day games starting Friday at 1:20. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. But each team with a solo home run. Michael Busch for the Cubs. William Cone.
Get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What is the purpose of that?
It's
an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good. Yeah,
but it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Top 2, Cubs 1, Brewers 1. The second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Pat?
Moises Ballesteros back in the big leagues. Cubs called him up from the minors within the last 24 hours, and he's in the lineup, the native of Venezuela. Had a brief taste of big league activity earlier this year. He's left-handed batter. Takes outside from Peralta 1-1. You liked him in spring training.
Really did. He's got a great stroke. He is a guy that can cover the plate.
Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
And, the thing I like about him is, some guys do this naturally. Other guys learn this. A lot of guys never figure this out. He keeps the barrel of the bat in the hitting zone for a very long time, and that allows you to hit a lot of different pitches.
The 1-2 hit on the ground to third, backhanded by Durbin. Long throw, and it's in time. Ballesteros does not run well, plus he got jammed, and Durbin took his time at a long one-hop throw from deep behind the bag at third, and it's out number 1.
Nice play by Durbin. Nice play by Vaughn at first base. That throw hit the edge of the grass, kind of checked up. All the humidity and everything, I'm sure the grass is a little soft, and that ball checked up, but Vaughn made a nice play.
Here's Dansby Swanson in the number 8 spot today. Driving one to right center. On the run, Perkins gets there to make the catch. Swanson hit it fairly well, but it was, for the most part, a routine play for Perkins. 2 down, and Matt Shaw batting in a 1-1 game in the second inning.
Yeah, good swing, good approach by Dansby. He just kind of hit it off the end of the bat. A little bit, and that's what going to be more of a routine play. If he gets that ball right in the barrel, it's probably an extra base hit.
Shaw 1 out of 8 in the first 2 games. He will take a strike from Freddie Peralta. Shaw hitting .223 for the Cubs. Swings and misses. Chased a low bender. It's 0-2. Game number 8 between the two teams this season. Milwaukee has won 4 of the 7.
And the 0-2, strike 3 call. Shaw caught looking. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Cubs 1 and Milwaukee.
It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Oh, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
All covering glass systems, signage, and painting contractors rely on finishingchicago.com.
Tuesday, August 5th is back to school night. Fans who purchase through Cubs.com/specials will receive a limited edition Cubs Youth Backpack. Be here for it. Pat?
Andrew Vaughn was the main man last night with a grand slam and 6 runs batted in. And he'll take ball 1 from Shota Imanaga. Vaughn, a right-handed batter, not real tall, but he's got some pop. He drives one in the air down the left field line, curling, and this ball goes foul. That didn't miss the foul pole by more than about 15 feet.
Yeah, and that's another hanging split finger. What Shota likes with his split is when it's going downhill. It comes out looking like a fastball and goes down. That last one came out of his hand, and instead of going down, went sideways. That's the split he does not want to keep throwing.
Strike 2 call to Andrew Vaughn.
That's another split that stayed up.
Vaughn was struggling earlier this year. He was even in the minor leagues for a while. Fastball is high. He was called up by Milwaukee on July the 7th. That's only, 23 days ago. He's got 21 RBIs since. Almost one a day. And the 2-2. Poked foul out of play. The only big league player with more RBIs in that stretch is Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies.
Wow. And Kyle's been on fire with the home run ball. He's been killing it.
Vaughn waiting for the 2-2 from Shota Imanaga. Liner to left, a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Vaughn. Sometimes, Ron, a guy will get so hot, it almost looks like he knows every single pitch that's coming.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Well, when you throw 3 pitches in this at bat, were basically bullseyes in the middle of the plate. If you throw a hot hitter that, you're lucky that it's a single and it's not a home run.
Leadoff single. The batter now, Caleb Durbin. Shota's pitch fouled away. Cubs pretty much straight away. We talk about where the fielders are. Here's the stretch. And the next pitch taken a little bit high for a ball.
I'd love to see Shota get just get a little more command of that fastball inside and pitch inside to the righties.
Swinging a pop-up, shallow right, angling out Horner, coming in Tucker. Horner makes the catch in very short right field. That's out number 1. Ball game tied at 1 with a man at first, the batter Bryce Terang. But every time we discuss the defensive alignment, that's sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Lefty to lefty, Terang 1 for 6 in the series. Shows bunt, bunts toward third, caught by Shaw, and no play at first. Shaw playing shallow reacted quickly to that bunt. And with 1 away, Terang certainly trying to bunt for a hit, not a sacrifice. Shaw caught the line drive bunt on the run. Looked at first, but had no play as Vaughn scrambled back in.
Yeah, to me, I'm not so sure about that play. Terang is a guy that has some offensive ability. He got the bat in his hand, and he bunted up all right up in the air at Shaw.
Perkins will take a strike. Maybe the fact that it's lefty against lefty had something to do with that.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's part of it. And, but you got Perkins sitting behind you who has not played much at all this season. Batting average way down at 217. Not that he can't do damage. He hasn't played much. That's just part of it. Like with all bench players, you don't usually see their average up high because it's just very difficult to hit when you're only playing once a week or once every 10 days.
Fastball strike. Shota getting some command back in this inning, it would appear. He's ahead now 1-2. What's on your mind here, Ron?
I would like him, it's 1-2. I'd like him to waste this pitch and throw it right underneath the elbow of Perkins inside.
There it was, almost the exact spot you were advocating.
That's the command pitch that he needs. That fastball inside to the righties, up and in. When he commands that fastball inside, that helps the splitter. If he doesn't have command of that pitch, he can have his struggles.
Here's the 2-2. Splitter swung on and missed, strike 3. Nicely done, Ron, and a very nice job by Shota Imanaga. He did give up a leadoff single.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Michael Busch is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com.
Busch hit the first pitch of the game into the seats in straightaway right. Gone by plenty. That's the Cubs run. Milwaukee got a run on William Contreras' solo homer in the bottom of the first. As we start the third inning, the next pitch missing. 2-0 on Michael Busch. Freddie Peralta, the all-star, wearing gold shoes, or yellow shoes, I guess they would be. Here's a swing and a miss. And the count 2-1.
Many alive all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Swinging a foul and out of play. Haven't had any managerial challenges or instant replays yet, but all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Sellout crowd here in Milwaukee for the third straight game. The 2-2. Hit in the air, shallow left center. Converging are Collins and Perkins. Collins, the left fielder, makes the catch. And that is out number 1. Game tied at 1 in the third. The batter is Kyle Tucker. It's about time for us, Ron and Zach, to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Ryan Elliott is our engineer at the controls. Nice to work with Ryan when we come to Milwaukee. Tucker takes a breaking ball strike. Well, who wants to start the guesses in the daily attendance game? Not all at once.
Yeah,
now.
I was going to say, we can. Who won yesterday? What did the ticket office say, Zach?
Well, if you want me to go, 41,900 would be my guess today.
Was Zach spotted in the ticket office earlier today? Is that what you're alluding to? Here comes the 1-1. None of my business, but but then again, if he was, it is my business.
Yeah. We have strict rules. I would never do such a thing.
Oh, they're very strict. And the pitch on the way. It's taken for a strike. Would that be the sound of a nose growing longer because of telling a fib?
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, the winner.
It's a very nice sound effect, too, Ron.
I've been working on them. You know, that practicing you were talking about in the room? Yeah.
I can tell. Here comes the pitch to Tucker. Line to center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Picking it up on the first bounce is Perkins. It's a 1-out single for Kyle Tucker. Game tied at 1 in the third, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Boy, low fastball down and away, and talk about covering this pitch. Tucker goes down and gets this ball, and he hammers this ball to center field.
He's had right around 40,000 for each of the first 2 games. Seiya swings at a breaking ball. Not one of his better cuts. He got fooled. I'll go ahead and get us started. I'll say 40,104.
Okay.
The 0-1 from Peralta. Suzuki takes down low. Cubs got their run in the top of the first. Milwaukee got theirs in the bottom of the first. We are in the third in a tie game. Low and inside from Peralta.
I actually think this is the biggest crowd we've had. I'm going to say 42,000.
There does appear to be some standing room only patrons out beyond the left center field fence. And the 2-1. Suzuki takes low. Okay, you're a slugger. You've got a count of 3-1. What are you looking for here, Ron?
I think you look for the fastball. I would be surprised if Peralta throws it. I really would. I would guess he's going to throw some kind of spinner away. I would look fastball, though, because you want to be on that pitch.
Down low, check swing, no swing. It was a breaking ball, as you predicted. It is a walk, and now 2 men on for Pete Crow Armstrong, and this at-bat has a potential turning point of the day feel to it, at least to me.
Yep, absolutely. Pete with the base hit in his last at-bat on a breaking ball, a hanging breaking ball behind an account that he kind of double-clutched and just hit a top-spin lobber over Terang's head.
Here's the pitch. Pete takes outside. It's 1-0. Pete 2 for 7 in the series. He would love to get a hold of one right about now. Runners take their leads. First and second. The pitch. Fisted foul and out of play. Got jammed on a pretty good fastball.
I like that he was on the heater, but that was a great pitcher's pitch. Up and in, but a strike from Peralta.
Tucker away from second. Suzuki off of first. The pitch. Check swing. Strike call. Pete started to offer. Pete questioning John Libka, the umpire, as if to say, did I swing or did you call that a strike? It was in the zone.
Yeah, that one's good. Peralta gets great carry on his fastball. He really does.
Here's a pitch that bounces in there on a breaking ball. 2-2. The catcher, Contreras, planted his body and took that one right off the chest protector. Pete Crow Armstrong, acquired by the Cubs from the Mets 4 years ago today. That was the trading deadline then. Trading deadline is tomorrow this year. The pitch wrapped on the ground. That's going to be a base hit past a diving Terang. Rounding third and scoring is Tucker. Crow Armstrong going for two, safe at second base. Cubs lead 2-1. Suzuki ends up at third. Pete Crow Armstrong, probably the only man in the ballpark that could make a double on that play. The ball was slowed down by the glove of a diving Terang, and it kind of died on the grass in shallow right. Pete saw every bit of that and took advantage of it.
Yeah, he's running, coming out of the box, and when that ball gets deflected by Terang, he's already going full speed. He's going down the line. He arcs out, and he's going for second all the way. This is just a great aggressive base running play by Armstrong, and he drives into Cubs' second run.
And the Cubs still threatening. Men at second and third, one away. Carson Kelly swings and misses. Cubs lead 2-1. RBI number 78 for Pete Crow Armstrong. What's the thinking for Kelly here?
Well, I think you got to really try to stay to the middle of the field, right center.
Ground ball to first. Heading home is Suzuki. The throw to the plate, and it's in time. Suzuki tagged out by Contreras. He was running on contact. The ball bounced right to the first baseman, Vaughn, and his throw to Contreras in plenty of time to get Suzuki. Crow Armstrong advances to third. Kelly safe at first on the fielder's choice, but now there are two down.
Yeah, the one thing, you say got a decent jump off first, but he didn't get much of a lead. When you're going to go on contact and the infield is in, you're really kind of cheating down the line. You're going to, you're getting yourself in a little bit of an uncomfortable position, but you got to get way down the line. And because he didn't get much of a lead, he was thrown out at the plate.
Let's see if Nico can come through with two down. A run in. Cubs lead 2-1. Warner fanned in the second inning. Pitch to Nico is high for a ball. Peralta picks up a little dirt in back of the mound.
Peralta threw that last pitch about as hard as he can throw a fastball. That was 96 miles an hour.
The 1-1. Low and outside for a ball. Again, he worked very hard in the first inning, and he's up to 61 pitches, and we are only in the third. So you're looking at maybe a 5-inning stint if he can get through 5. And now the 2-1. Warner takes low and in, and I think part of the strategy that's evolved in the game, Ron, against the better pitchers, you want him to elevate that pitch count so that he does not work deep into the game.
In particular, Peralta, he has that tendency to have a high pitch count early.
Swing and a miss by Nico, and the count 3-2.
Yeah, I think there's some guys in the game that if you try to do that, they eat you alive because they throw a lot of strikes. Peralta's a guy you can run his pitch count out.
There goes the runner at first. Down low, ball 4. Horner, very patient, gets the base on balls. It loads the bags for Moises Ballesteros. And we're going to pause 10 seconds as there will be a trip to the mound by Chris Hook, the pitching coach for Milwaukee. 10 for ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Rahimi and Harris, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Okay, Ron, you're Moises Ballesteros. You grounded out your first time up, your first big league at-bat in about 2 months. Now you bat for the second time with the bases loaded. Your team is leading by a run. against one of the better pitchers in the league. What's your thinking?
You're looking for pick out a pitch. So he jammed you with a fastball inside bad last time and you hit a ground ball to third. To me, I would look for his fastball in the first 3 pitches, and I'd be on that speed. If he spins something or throws you the change he could probably stay on and still do something with it. But I'd be on his fastball one of these first three pitches.
Here's the first pitch. Ballesteros swings and misses. Peralta crossed him up by throwing a changeup.
Yeah, that's probably the best change he's thrown so far today.
Cubs at every station take their leads. Here comes the 0-1. And Ballesteros hits one foul off to the left and out of play.
That's the fastball we were talking about. That was 95 miles an hour, right in the middle of the plate, but elevated a little bit. It's about belt high.
Ballesteros not appearing to be choking up even with 2 strikes on him. Here's the pitch. Outside a changeup. Outside a changeup. The base runners. Crow Armstrong at third, Kelly at second, Horner at first. And now the 1-2 stretch. And the delivery. Swinging a drive, left center field, a base hit in the alley. 2 runs have scored. Racing around third, Horner. He's going to try to score. The relay to the plate, not in time. 3-run double, Moises Ballesteros. Welcome back to the Chicago Cubs, Moises. Cubs lead 5-1.
Cubs in for Ballesteros. Boy, when a young guy comes in, you're going to play in front of 40-plus thousand. You get called up last night from Iowa, and you come in and you stay on that changeup. Said if you're looking for the fastball, the pitch he can still keep the barrel in the zone with is the change. The approach, hit it to left center field. He does it. Nico scores all the way from first.
Dansby Swanson, the batter, swings and misses. Catcher Contreras bluffing a throw to second. Nico dove in dramatically at home plate. The throw was offline from the cutoff man Ortiz. The shortstop made the throw from shallow left center to the plate. Dansby taps one slowly toward third. Peralta will throw to first, and it's in time. Was Vaughn on the bag? Dansby thought maybe Vaughn came off the bag to take the throw. We're going to wait until we throw it to a commercial. The Brewers have all run off the field. Apparently, Vaughn was on first base, and the inning is over. But it's a prosperous third inning. A run-scoring double by Crow Armstrong.
Owners make sense for you.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Bottom 3, it's the Cubs 5, Brewers 1. Roof closed here in Milwaukee, a comfortable 80 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Pat?
Very good, Zach. Thank you. Now Shota Imanaga has a nice little cushion to lean on. Cubs on top 5-1. Joey Ortiz has a count of 1-0, and here's a strike, 1-1. Walks to Cubs batters, by the way, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. The 1-1 wrapped on the ground to short. Swanson's going to come up throwing and get his man at first. With Shota now with a nice cushion run. I mentioned the 4-run lead. Does he change anything he's doing at all?
No, I think you got to stay on the attack with the fastball. That last sequence is a perfect example of how your fastball sets up the split. Fastball up and in, first pitch, could have been called a strike, was in the zone, didn't get the call. This ball's popped up just below us. Second pitch, fastball down and in, strike. So it's fastball inside, then a split that gets the ground ball. The split was not a good pitch and it was not good location, but it was the back and forth, the speed that got Ortiz to hit the routine ground ball, all set up by the 2 fastballs inside previous to that split.
He just threw a fastball up and in to Sal Frelick. Shota with a record of 7-4. Here's the pitch on the way. Hit in the air to deep right, curling foul. It did not have home run distance, foul and out of play. So he was way out in front of an off-speed pitch. Now it's 1-2 the count. It's a picture of Moises Ballesteros in the Cubs' third base dugout.
Think his heart rate's going a little bit?
I'm sure it is. There's a chopper foul toward third, but
that's a happy young player right there, right?
What a lift off of his shoulders, though, to finally come through at the big league level in a big game in front of a big crowd against a top-notch pitcher.
Yeah,
it's
huge.
all good.
Absolutely.
And the pitch to Frelick. Swing and a foul back. Very unusual looking swing by the leadoff hitter.
That was a good split. Yeah.
Almost like he was starting to do a knee bend and decided to swing his bat in the middle of it.
That's the ultimate emergency swing, right?
Here comes the 1-2 to Sal Frelick. Fly ball left field, should be an easy play for Suzuki. It is. Out number 2. Cubs 5, Milwaukee 1, third inning. Base is empty for Isaac Collins.
Another good sequence by Shota as he makes some good pitches, as you talked about the split, and then the fastball away, and you get the routine fly out.
He's going to ask Zach Zaidman to keep his eyes open. I know he already is, but of course the trading deadline is tomorrow.
Yeah.
At 5 p.m. Central Time, so we're getting up against the wire. Collins will take a strike, and it's been very, very quiet. It's almost eerie how quiet it's been, Ron.
I would agree. Especially with so many teams really in need.
Swing and a miss.
You know, you got the big teams that are all expecting to play, or wanting to be in the World Series and, thinking they got a chance and just not a lot of action, right?
Very unusual.
And with a lot of injuries. That's the other thing.
Can you explain it?
No, I don't have a real, I just, you always say it takes 2 teams, to make a trade, at least 2. And, you just wonder if a lot of teams are just not willing, to give up their prospect players. I don't know. That to me is the biggest hang up, I would think.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shota Imanaga, right after his teammates gave him a 4-run lead, he works a 1-2-3 inning. And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Bet365 is now live in Illinois. Download the Bet365 app. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Matt Shaw will lead things off. I was looking for someone named Phillip there.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. More like F-I-L-L.
Oh, I got you. Here's a fly ball to right. Fairly well hit, but very playable for Frelick. And that's going to be the first out in the inning. Cubs lead 5-1. And the batter now is Michael Busch.
And Pat, before we get to the scoreboard, MLB.com reporting that Pittsburgh has traded third baseman Key Brian Hayes to Cincinnati for a prospect shortstop and left-hander Taylor Rogers. The teams have yet to confirm the deal.
Kind of an interesting deal. Yeah. Key Brian Hayes at one time was one of their very best prospects. Liner to right, coming in and making the catch is Frelick. Busch for the second straight time jumping on the first pitch in the at-bat against Freddie Peralta. So that's been his game plan today, Ron, apparently to be very aggressive against this right-hander.
Yeah, beyond the attack. The first pitch he hit was a fastball. That one was a change. He just missed that one, though. Hit it off the end of the bat a little bit.
And as for the scoreboard, bottom of the seventh inning, Blue Jays lead the Orioles 9-8. Nathan Lucas with a 3-run shot. Tigers all over the Diamondbacks 7-1 in the top of the eighth inning.
Kyle Tucker will take outside Zach.
Bunch of other action. The Red Sox on top of the Twins 8-1 now. Top of the eighth in Minnesota. Jarren Duran with a 2-run home run. The Astros lead the Nationals 4-1. Top of the fourth, Jose Altuve with a 3-run shot, his 18th.
Ripped foul toward the Milwaukee dugout by Tucker.
In the bottom of the fourth inning in Kansas City, the Braves and Royals are scoreless. Phillies and White Sox delayed by rain on the south side. Austin Slater traded from the White Sox to the Yankees.
Inside to Tucker.
He's an outfielder. And they've scratched Adrian Hauser, the veteran right-hander.
There you go.
That almost certainly means he is going to be involved in a trade imminently.
Now that last outing he threw against the Cubs, if you scouted that game and you're a team that needs pitching, that was impressive.
Tucker has walked and singled and scored a run. Here comes the 3-1. Tucker taking a strike. I thought he would be aggressive on that pitch.
Yeah, it was backdoor hook on 3-1.
Cubs trying to get out of here with a win. They have a 5-1 lead in this fourth inning. The 3-2. Swing and a foul back. Well, we had a surprise visitor in the booth today before the game. Bruce Fremming, longtime Major League umpire, Wisconsin resident, still lives in the Milwaukee area.
He left you a gift too, didn't he?
Sort of. Here's a fastball high, and Tucker will take ball 4. It was such a noteworthy gift that for a moment there I forgot what it was. Oh, yes, I know the gift.
Yeah.
It was an autographed picture of Bruce in his younger days.
There's a long time umpire in the major leagues.
Always good for a laugh, though. Great sense of humor.
Yeah.
I did several banquets with him back in the day when I worked in Milwaukee, and he is quite the showman and storyteller.
But he offered something I wanted to share with our listeners about Ryne Sandberg. Here's the 1-0 pitch fouled away off to the right. Unsolicited, he said, I'm really sorry to hear about Ryne Sandberg. And he says, I want you guys to know he was great to the umpires.
Really?
He always showed every umpire respect, and they all appreciated that very much. Did not surprise me at all. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike. And all the umpires know who are the guys that are fair and the guys that are unreasonable when they do their argument.
That's exactly right.
They're well aware of it. Here comes the 1-2. Down low for a ball. I bet you got along fairly well with umpires. You're a reasonable, fair-minded type person.
Yep, absolutely. And being a corner infielder, you're around them every day, all game long. So I got to know a lot of the guys, and they were all good. I had no problem. I would get a little fiery at times if, something happened. But, you try not to let it carry over day after day.
Liner into shallow right and making the catch, Frelick. Almost looked like he was ducking down to avoid losing that ball in the lights. But the inning comes to an end as.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do it like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
League leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average, hitting .342. Cal Raleigh is the home run leader with 41, and Raleigh tied with Eugenio Suarez for the RBI lead, both with 87. Pat?
Eugenio. 0-1 on William Contreras. I don't know why, but that name always reminds me of Rocky Balboa and how he might have said it. Fly ball to deep right, going back is Tucker near the wall, and that's a home run. Opposite field home run for William Contreras, his second homer of the day. His first one went right down the line and left, and this one goes to right center. And he's not a big home run hitter. He's only got 8 for the entire year.
Yeah, he's having a down year, that's for sure, with the home run ball. But this is a fastball up and out over the plate. Not even a strike, and he hammers this ball to right center. Tucker goes back and just runs out of room.
Christian Yelich will take a strike. Yelich struck out his first time. Contreras with 45 runs batted in. Homers numbers 7 and 8 today. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
been a lot of excellent pitchers over the years who will give up more than the average number of homers, but invariably they're all solos.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but the great majority of them are solos, and you can still have a very good outing and give up, say, 3 solo home runs if you work 7 or 8 innings.
No doubt. You stay on the attack, and, more times than not, it works to your benefit because you don't give up the home run.
Bouncing ball to short, fielded by Swanson. Quick throw to first. Gets Christian Yelich for out number 1.
Good pitch to get the ground ball. Get Yelich. 4th inning sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Getting back to Bruce Fleming, the umpire who stopped by to say hello to us before the game. He was also behind the game for Milt Pappas' no-hitter at Wrigley Field against San Diego back in around 1970.
Yep.
And that was the game where Fleming, on a 3-2 pitch, called it ball 4. A strike call would have been a perfect game for Pappas. And it was a borderline pitch, but Bruce always contended that he felt good about the call that he made. He felt it was slightly out of the zone. It's before they had the pictures of the strike zone and all of the analytics that they do have today. But I always laughed at the story. The next day then, Milt Pappas saw Bruce Fleming come onto the field and said, "Hey, Bruce, you could have been a famous umpire. You could have been the 8th umpire ever to call a perfect game." And Bruce kind of sneered at him and said, "Oh, yeah? Name the other 7. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Vaughn, and that's out number 2.
Bruce was one of my all-time favorites. He'd be third base, or I'd be playing first base, and he would keep a dialogue with you going all game. Let this guy throw. Oh, it was just hysterical. Just make my day every day.
Caleb Durbin, the batter. Vaughn struck out a minute ago. Durbin takes inside. Cubs on top 5-2.
You know how you're around like somebody that's funny but crabby kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the stuff that comes out of him is just hysterical. He fit that one. That was him.
Remember, I worked for Ron Santo, or with Ron Santo, for 15 years. Ronnie was usually in a pretty good mood, but not every single day. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a foul back and out of play.
Bruce you'd get to third base, and he'd look out at the mound, and it'd be a young pitcher pitching, and, they wanted the game to go fast, and, he's just be funny, boy.
Yeah, the 1-2 to Caleb Durbin. It's taken high for a ball. 2-2. Cubs leading 5-2. The big blow. A 3-run double by Moises Ballesteros. Michael Busch had a homer on the game's first pitch. And Pete Crow Armstrong had a run-scoring double. Changeup is down low to Durbin.
Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball in Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. And now I know The Score is doing their radiothon for cancer on Friday.
Fly ball to right should be playable for Tucker, angling over near the line. Makes the catch to retire the side.
But I will be on with the boys tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on our normal time, but on Thursday and
Lourdes Gurriel Dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan.
What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
Ended up just shot putting it. Not blocking, there's nobody on base. There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today.
Pete Crow Armstrong leads off the top half of the fifth inning for the Cubs against new Brewers left-hander DL Hall, and PCA fouls the first pitch he sees out of play off to the left. 0-1. It's the Cubs with a 5-2 lead over the Brewers here in the top half of the fifth inning, the finale of this three-game set in Milwaukee. Hall, high leg kick and pitch, and PCA swings and misses at a slider in the hole. 0-2. Freddie Peralta started for Milwaukee. He went 4 innings, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts through 85 pitches. Hall deals. Crow Armstrong bounces one foul off to the right. Count remains 0-2. Cubs scored 4 times in the third to take the lead. The big hit, Moises Ballesteros. The rookie just called up prior to the game with a 3-run double, his first extra base hit in the majors. Hall delivers, and that one is low. Close pitch at the bottom of the zone. So the count is 1-2 with Crow Armstrong at the plate.
I wouldn't take that one again if I were Pete.
The next pitch, Crow Armstrong swings and fouls it out of play off to the left. It was also at the bottom of the zone, but off the outside, and Crow Armstrong lunged at it. It was a slider.
Yeah, the pitch before that was a fastball. Lupke didn't call it. It was at the bottom of the zone, but it was definitely a strike.
And now the 1-2, a swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him with an inside slider at the bottom of the zone. Crow Armstrong's retired, 1 away.
A little breaking ball starts out of Pete's front hip and then breaks over the inner part of the plate. Might not have been a strike, but Pete just pulls the trigger on that inside breaking ball a little early and swings over the top of it.
5-2 Cubs, 1 down, top 5. Carson Kelly at the plate, right-handed hitter. Hall deals, and that pitch is a called strike, top of the zone on the outside corner. A fastball from Hall, clocked at 95 miles per hour. Hall working quickly. The next pitch is outside. 1-1. Water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. As Kelly fouls this one away. Out of play, off to the right. 1-2. Visit Sloan.com. Hall has a 1.91 ERA this season. 15 games, a record of 1-0. Here's the 1-2. That's low. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hall, one of the guys acquired in the Corbin Burns deal with Baltimore. The 2-2 delivery. A ground ball softly hit on the left side. Charging, fielding. The shortstop Ortiz has thrown to first just in time to get Kelly 2 away.
Nice play by Ortiz at short. That's not an easy play. He had to go a long way to get to that ball. Kind of surprised Durbin. That's really Durbin's ball. He kind of started after it and then gave up on it. And it could be where Ortiz called it, but really that plays a much easier play if Durbin cuts across and fields that ball.
Nico Horner at the plate, and he looks at a changeup for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1. Nico's 0 for 1 with a walk. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box. Hall works his motion and deals. Ground ball fielded on one hop by Hall An underhand toss to first, and Vaughn has to stretch to make the catch for out number 3, but a nifty play on the mound by the left-hander Hall. Cubs go down in order in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, Cubs 5, Brewers 2 on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. Last of the 5th in Milwaukee. Cubs 5, Brewers 2. Shota Imanaga on the mound. Bryce Terang at the plate. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, a fastball. So 0-1 on Terang, who popped out his first time up. Shaw playing in at third, wide of the bag. Imanaga deals. Terang, an awkward swing and a miss, and a slow-moving breaking ball in the hole. 0-2. Imanaga working on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Sets at the belt, peers in, gets the sign from Kelly. Now works his motion and deals. Low and outside, missed with a breaking ball. So 1-2 on Imanaga. Really, one guy has touched him up today, William Contreras, with a pair of home runs. The next pitch. Terang taps it foul at the plate. 1-2. Brewers with just 3 hits so far this afternoon. The 2 home runs by Contreras, and then Andrew Vaughn with a single. Man, he's been red hot for the Brewers. Now the pitch. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Terang. Shota is ready. High leg kick and pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball, bottom of the zone, right on the outside edge. Terang gets caught looking, 1 away.
Good pitch by Shota. This is, a pretty good sequence too, but this is the command we were talking about that he needed in today's game that he didn't have in the last ball game, but he has showed pretty good command today with that fastball on both sides of the plate, but really to that glove side.
Blake Perkins grounds one past third, down the left field line into the corner. He cruises into second base with a stand-up double.
Last pitch inside. Perkins didn't do much with it. Just kind of rolls over the ball, but hooks it right down the line and right over the bag at third. And with Perkins hitting, Shaw's playing in on the grass. If he's playing deep, he catches this ball. But he's playing, even with the bag, maybe just on the edge of the grass and quite a bit towards the hole. So Perkins ends up with a double. Just good placement on that chopper down the line.
Joey Ortiz at the plate, right-handed batter, the number 9 hitter in the Milwaukee order. The pitch shows bunt and bunts it foul off to the left. 0-1. 5-2 Cubs over the Brewers. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Perkins at second base after the double. Perkins in the lineup because Jackson Churio tweaked his right hamstring in yesterday's ball game. Along set. Now the 0-1. That's low to Ortiz. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, the Brewers waited a long time before they put their lineup in today. And I'm assuming, I might be wrong, but you wonder if they were hoping that Churio might be able to play today. They did not call it a pulled hamstring yesterday. They talked about it being more like a cramp or, something like that. And, so you kind of wait and see how he feels.
Ortiz waits for the 1-2. Here it comes. He fouls it back off the screen. Yeah, I think they called it a spasm yesterday.
So spasm and cramp, kind of all the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you're running around the bases and that happens, we've all had that, you're sitting there and you get a leg cramp or something like that. But when you're running the bases and you're running full speed, you're coming around second, and that happens, usually it's more than just a spasm or a cramp. It can be just that, but very seldom, especially in the hamstring area, because your leg is so engaged when you're running full speed, especially for a guy like Cherio who runs so well.
Ortiz fouls that last pitch out of play off to the right, 1-2. As Imanaga sets, kicks, and deals. And a one-hopper into left field for a base hit. Advancing to third on the play is Perkins. And now the Brewers have something cooking here in the last of the fifth. Men at the corners just one away, and Sal Frelick due up. Cubs with a 5-2 lead.
Now this is a split from Shota and doesn't get much downward movement. It just kind of fades towards the outer half. It's at the knees, and T's pretty good swing on that pitch. Shoots it right past Dansby at short.
So here's Frelick, left-handed batter, 0 for 2. Hitting at .292 on the year. The pitch. Frelick swings and taps it foul at the plate. 0-1. The first out, by the way, brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. You might have been able to hear in the background. Cubs have activity in their pen. Right-hander Brad Keller starting the throw. Imanaga deals the 0-1, and Frelick hits a high fly ball deep right, playable for Tucker. He makes the catch in right center field. Tagging and coming home is Perkins. 2 away, but a sacrifice fly for Sal Frelick. It's now 5-3 Cubs over the Brewers in the fifth.
Now, one thing about this Milwaukee team, and in particular in this series that has been outstanding, is their situational hitting. They've gotten bunts down. I believe that's the 4th or 5th sacrifice fly in this series. And that's a big deal, because if you got some guys out there that can strike you out and you don't get to the strikeout and you end up putting that ball in play, figure that's 5 runs they've scored on situational hitting.
It's a great point. It's more than just pitching for Milwaukee. You mentioned it. Their lineup might not be filled with big names, but they do the things you need to do to take advantage of the situations that present themselves during a baseball game.
Well, that's just situational hitting. That's what we were talking on, and they've done that well, and they're playing really well. They're playing winning baseball right now. They are about as hot as any team in baseball. And we're seeing why right now in this series. They've caught the ball pretty well. They're pitching it great, and their offense does what you need to do inning by inning to score runs.
Isaac Collins at the plate. Looks at a ball high and outside from Imanaga. 1-0. 5-3 Cubs over the Brewers. 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A man at first in Ortiz. Collins, a right-handed hitter. Open stance, hits out of a crouch throw to first. Diving back in safely is Ortiz. Collins 0 for 2 today. A couple of swinging strikeouts. On the year, hitting at .275. Imanaga looks at first. That's where Ortiz is. And the pitch. Up high to Collins. 2-0. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss. As Imanaga zips a fastball past Collins on the outer edge. 2-1. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Imanaga delivers, fouled out of play by Collins off to the right. 2-2. Cubs are teaming up with Advocate Care and other partners for Cubs for a Cure, a multi-day fundraiser supporting the fight against cancer. As Imanaga looks at first and deals. Fouled away off to the right. Tune in to 670 The Score's 24-hour radiothon starting tomorrow, July 31st. And join us at Wrigley Field this Saturday, August 2nd to help support the cause. Visit Cubs.com/Cubs for a Cure for more information. It is a great cause. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball up high, and Collins went chasing. But the Brewers add another run after 5.
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. You know, that kind of solves everything.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ball.
Point of points that future you can't use. And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Next generation light beer. So far, so good today for the Cubs. 5 runs on 5 hits, but boy, they could sure use a few more with Milwaukee inching closer and closer, Patrick.
Justin Turner loops one down the right field line, falling. That's going to be a fair ball, and it bounces up against the sidewall. It's going to be a leadoff double for Justin Turner. He did not hit the ball hard, but it was very well placed, just inside the right field line. It's a leadoff 2-bagger.
Sometimes it's not always how hard you hit it, but where. And Turner, little inside-out swing, dumps this ball on the right field line. Cubs, fortunate, hits the warning track instead of the grass, and then bounces up into the netting.
D.L. Hall, the left-hander, with a man at second now, will go to work on Dansby Swanson. 5-3, Cubs on top. Cubs led 5-1 at one point. You get the feeling the Cubs just might need a few more runs to win this ball game.
Yeah, the way Milwaukee has played this series and swung the bat, I would keep grinding and see if you can put up about 8 or 9 runs in this ball game.
That should be enough. Turner pinch hitting for Moises Ballesteros. So the DHs have done a good job today. Ballesteros had a 3-run double, and now Turner doubles in his first at-bat. Swanson lines one to deep left center field. Back goes Perkins. That ball is going to be bouncing up against the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Justin Turner. It's a 2-base hit and an RBI for Dansby Swanson, and the Cubs lead 6-3.
Back-to-back doubles by the Cubs here in the start of the 6th inning. One down the right field line. This one a little cutter coming in, and this one stays in the middle of the plate down. And Dansby hammers this ball. This ball short hops the wall in left center. Tucker scores easily, or Turner scores easily from second base.
Matt Shaw, the number 9 hitter, steps in, swings and misses. He swung so hard that the helmet flew off his head. Shaw has struck out and flied to right. Certainly a good percentage of Cub fans here today. Shaw bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. Now he saw the third baseman Durbin was back. He bluffed the bunt. It was a strike, and then he pulled the bat back. Kind of an odd-looking play by Matt.
Yeah, if you're going to bunt, go ahead and give it a shot. You had the chance for a base hit.
This time he takes a poke at right field and fouls it away to stay alive. Cubs 6 runs on 7 hits. Milwaukee 3 runs on 5 hits. Neither team with an error. Cubs trying to get 1 out of these 3. Almost no empty seats as we look around American Family Field. Now here's a bouncing ball to third. Fair long throw from foul territory by Durbin. Not in time. Holding at second on the play, Swanson. Infield single for Matt Shaw. Durbin had a long throw, Ron.
Yeah, a little chopper down the third base line. And, you know, when Durbin goes straight across to field this ball and doesn't arc around and come in on it, that's going to be a base hit. Shaw runs extremely well. And he goes flying down the line. The other thing, I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised that Dansby at second base didn't come off the bag and has that long throw across the diamond. He goes to third base. It's one of those plays where you're just kind of like, well, maybe, maybe not. He chose not to. That play was out there, though. And Pat Murphy going out there to talk to his pitcher.
D.L. Hall has faced 3 men. And that's all he's going to face. He's going to leave. And a new man coming in. So pitching changes by the opposition. Those are always sponsored by Sloan.
We had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Final on the board, the Tigers' 7-2 drumming of the Diamondbacks. Jake Rogers and Kerry Carpenter both hit 2-run home runs in that game. Right now, bottom of the 9th inning, Blue Jays leading the Orioles 9-8 in Baltimore. The Red Sox all over the Twins 13-1 in the last of the 9th. Middle 6, Astros 4, Nationals 1, top 7, no score, Braves and Royals in Kansas City. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Jared Koenig, the new left-handed pitcher. Michael Busch at the plate, swings and chops it slowly up along first and foul. Busch led off the game with a home run, and in light of what's happened the last 2 nights, the Cubs losing both games, I still think that leadoff homer on the first pitch delivered by Freddie Peralta is one of the biggest plays of this game.
Yeah, it's shocking if you're Peralta, you know that, and you know the Cubs dugout. Guys are barely in their seats, kind of just getting ready to watch the game, and whack. And dugout goes up for grabs right away.
Lefty to lefty, the 0-1 from Koenig is outside, and it bounces away, but not very far. Koenig has kind of a 3/4 sidearm delivery. I could see where it might be a little difficult for a left-handed batter to hang in there because this is a big boy on the mound.
Yeah, he's 6'5". They say he's 248. That's his left leg.
Is that before or after breakfast? Here's the 1-1. Poked foul, left side out of play.
Yeah, this is... He's got pulling guard written all over him.
Yes, he does. He's a big man. Cubs leading by 3. Nobody out. 2 men on here in the 6th. Bush lays off a breaking ball. Good patience and discipline to lay off that pitch. 2-2.
Well, I love that Michael is getting more and more chances against left-handed pitching. He's just earned it. He really has. You know, he's been around between 280 and 260, but 21 home runs now? I mean, he's just, you know, he's earned the right to be playing day after day after day.
And the 2-2. Swinging a big bouncer slowly to second. They'll get one only at first base. Turang lobs it over to Vaughn. It is a so-called productive out with teammates advancing to second and third with only one away. And the batter is Kyle Tucker. And what's Kyle thinking now, Ron, as he steps into the box?
This is again, now you got to your point that you just made about Michael. Kyle's got to have a productive at bat here. You've got to do something to drive in that run for the Cubs, at least one.
Infield is in, no surprise there. The pitch to Tucker, low, almost a wild pitch.
He gives up about a hit per inning, so you know he's throwing a lot of hittable pitches coming out of the pen.
Tucker has hung in there well against lefties all season long. Cubs lead by 3. As Koenig, the large lefty, is ready in the 1-0. Swinging a line drive. Fair ball. 2 runs are going to score down into the right field corner. It's a double for Kyle Tucker, and the Cubs lead 8-3. That is a big one.
Well, all series long, all these plays that have happened have gone against the Cubs. These borderline fair or foul, strike or ball. The Cubs just have not had a lot of luck in this series so far. And that's just part of the game. But this time, Tuck hooks this ball down the line, and it just stays fair right inside the line. And rattles around into the corner, driving in 2 more. And as you said, that's a big at-bat for the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs with their biggest lead of the day. 5-run advantage. And now Suzuki will take a strike. Both runs are charged to D.L. Hall.
3 hits, 3 runs that were earned, 1 strikeout for all 1 inning plus 3 batters.
Suzuki waiting. The pitch to Seiya outside. Seiya today a strikeout, a walk, and a line out to right. Plenty of Cub fans enjoying what they're watching today. Cubs trying to move to within 1 game of first behind these Brewers. Swinging a foul back. And again, a reminder, these 2 teams are not done for the season after today, not by a long shot. They have a gigantic 5-game series at Wrigley starting on August the 18th. That's a Monday. It's a day-night doubleheader because of a rainout back in June. Here comes the 1-2. Seiya takes down low. So 5 games. Get your tickets early.
Yeah.
A doubleheader on the 18th. Night games on the 19th and 20th. A day game on the 21st. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info.
And come ready.
Ready and that could go a long way, that series, toward determining the division champion. Here's the 2-2. Outside for a ball.
Meat of the order today is presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. I was thinking about that. If this game just ends as it is now and the Cubs win, they're down 1 game to the Brewers after this series.
Suzuki takes ball 4. Ron, go ahead.
And it goes right back to what you said. If that series, one team or another dominates that series and goes 4-1 or 5-0, that could be the year. Could be determined right then and there. And you still got a month and a half left, but that could be the season.
Also considering the fact that these two teams are both way above 500, so even if you do not win the division, there's a strong likelihood both of these teams are going to be at least wild card entrants into the postseason party.
I would agree to that.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong waiting, showing bunt, and he'll take a strike. He was looking toward third where he saw Durbin playing deep.
This guy would be a tough guy to bunt against if you're left-handed, because he's so big, steps right at you, and then crossfires with the fastball and slider.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball strike.
Pete's been guessing today, and he's just guessing wrong. That last one was a fastball right down the middle, and the ball didn't hardly hit the catcher's glove, and he was hands up in the air, frustrated.
He does have a single and a double today, and a strikeout, 2 for 3. Lefty to lefty, the pitch low and away. Tucker with 2 RBIs on that double a moment ago. RBIs by Cubs batters. Sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Old National Bank. The next offering, way outside. What a save by Contreras. Almost like with a magic wand, he reached his glove out. Didn't really move much of the body, just the arm, and short hopped a breaking ball a good 2 feet outside.
Yeah.
Boy, he made that look easy.
Yeah, that was a good play. And, you know, when these guys get down on one knee, they lose the ability to move behind home plate a lot.
2-2. Inside, did it hit him? It did. Crow Armstrong is okay. It was a breaking ball. The crowd is reacting, but there's no way with a 2-2 count he wants to hit Pete in that spot. And this will load the bags. And now Carson Kelly will bat with 1 away and the bases loaded and a chance to break this ball game wide open. Pat Murphy's going to make another pitching change. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions.
You never want your performance to slip up on the diamond, Pisces, but it can be challenging for your imaginative mind to buckle down on a monotonous routine. Finding ways to keep your workout regimen creative and flexible will get you the results you want without getting bored. Staying pliable with your warm-ups will keep you in top shape all the way through October.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Anderson ready to pitch. Before he does, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 afternoons on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Cubs 8, Milwaukee 3. Bases loaded, 1 away. Infield back. Anderson working on Carson Kelly. First pitch outside, a breaking ball. Let's see if he gets a fastball now, something he can put into play and drive in another run or two. Anderson comes back, swinging a high fly ball. It's a pop fly. It will not drive in a run. Turang, the second baseman, in very short right field with the infield fly rule in effect, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And it's up to Nico Horner.
Kelly just kind of cut across that ball, and when you do that and you start going from out to in, sometimes that barrel drops and you just pop that ball up.
Nico, the 9th man to bat in the inning, looks at strike 1. Horner, a strikeout, a walk, and a ground out to the mound.
Boy, an outfield single right here to drive in two. And I don't know about icing the game, but it sure would come close to that.
Anderson ready for the 0-1. Nico will poke it foul. Late swing. Fouled off to the right. Nothing in 2. Cubs are home against Baltimore all weekend at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. And the 0-2. Horner lines one right to third. Caught by Durbin. Soft line drive. Got jammed just a little bit, it looked like. And that line out to third ends the inning. But it's a good inning for the Cubs. They get 3 runs.
You never want your performance to slip up on the diamond, Pisces, but it can be challenging for your imaginative mind to buckle down on a monotonous routine. Finding ways to keep your workout regimen creative and flexible will get you the results you want without getting bored. Staying pliable with your warm-ups will keep you in top shape all the way through October.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed a cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Sloan.com and go Cubs go.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
William Contreras is on deck for the Brewers. Who's on Deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Shota Imanaga, Zach, will leave the game. It is his game to win, as he went the required 5 innings to qualify for the victory. And now Brad Keller, the big hard-throwing right-hander, comes in and delivers down low to William Contreras. Contreras was a thorn in the side of Shota Imanaga. Here's the bouncer to third, backing up, gloving it nicely. Shaw, good throw to first, and it's just in time. The throw pulled Bush off the bag. And Contreras may not have been running at top speed between home and first. Otherwise, he might have been safe on that play.
Contreras didn't run at all, and that's an issue. He's done this all season long. Shaw slips as he fields the ground ball. Then the throw is off the bag wide. Contreras not running at all and is out by half a step because he just didn't hustle. He's jogging the whole way down there and then tries to speed up right at the last second and then grabs his bat. Okay.
Milwaukee is challenging the out call at first.
Is this play going to be reviewed and challenged by Milwaukee?
It sure might, but if he's safe, that's just... The baseball gods got that one wrong because he doesn't deserve to be safe after not hustling at all on that play. And then he came off the field. He came off the field, grabbed his back, and then came off the field because he was embarrassed. I'll tell you that, because he didn't run. And now he's going to go back out there maybe if he's safe. That's real close play.
They are taking a second look. Second looks by managers and challenges and instant replays. Whenever they take a second look, a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Bush had to come off the bag, then had to reach with his foot back to the base as the batter runner was coming down the line.
The field stands, the runner's out.
The runner is out.
Milwaukee loses their challenge.
So Contreras did not hustle and pays the price. One down, score at 5-3, but it was anything but routine. And the batter is Christian Yelich. Shota Imanaga worked 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 home runs, struck out 8. Let me correct that. He gave up 2 home runs, each to William Contreras, as Yelich will take a strike. But I'm noticing in looking at the line of Imanaga, the importance of not walking anybody.
Yeah, big time. Yep. No walks on the attack. Still wasn't great with the command of his split. Still had some issues with his split finger today and a little bit on the fastball, but much better. He looked like he was in command, though, of the ball game, throwing the baseball. And when he needed to get that fastball inside to the righties, he was doing it.
Now it's up to the bullpen to try to make sure Shota does get the win. Swing and a miss by Yelich. He got fooled, did not take one of his better cuts, and strikes out swinging, and that's out number 2. Keller, big, hard-throwing right-hander, has gotten the first 2 Milwaukee hitters in the 6th inning. Cubs leading 8-3. And Andrew Vaughn will take low and inside for ball 1. Keller with an ERA of right at 3. Bouncing ball to second. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Easy play for Nico. Lobs to first to retire Vaughn. We go to the 7th inning here in Wisconsin. Cubs 8, Brewers 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
seventh inning in Milwaukee. Cubs 8, Brewers 3. The seventh inning is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Ian Happ first up. Grant Anderson still on the mound for Milwaukee. Cubs out hitting the Brewers 9-5. It's been an errorlessly played game. Cubs have led ever since the third inning rally, where Pete Crow Armstrong drove in a double, and then Moises Ballesteros with a clutch 3-run double. That still remains the big blow of this game by any batter. That turned a 2-1 lead into a 5-1 Cubs lead. And they still lead by 5 as Happ leads off this seventh inning and takes inside from Grant Anderson. No game tomorrow. The Cubs and the Orioles at Wrigley Field all weekend long. Go to Cubs.com. Swing and a miss by Happ, and he is out number 1.
Well, designated hitters today, and that's fluctuated around with a couple pinch hitters. Sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, skip the rush.
Did you do that writing? Because I really like that. Dansby Swanson.
I wish I was that creative.
Don't shortchange yourself, Ron. Here's a pitch outside for a ball.
My 8th grade English teacher, Mr. Zardel, he'd know that wasn't my strong point, partner.
Mr. Zardel.
That was his name.
Very
English
nice name.
teacher, yeah. Great teacher, great guy.
I don't believe I've ever known a Zardel in my entire life.
Well, I know one for both of us now.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a big day for me.
Yeah, there you go. Glad I could help out.
Sure. Swanson with a count of 1-2. Grant Anderson's pitch, and Dansby swings and misses at a good fastball, and that's out number 2. Going to see what happened on this date in baseball history. It says on this date in 2025, Ron Coomer brought up the name Mr. Zardel in a very entertaining story about yesteryear. Let's see what else has happened. Matt Shaw will take a strike. Willie McCovey had 4 hits and 4 at-bats in his major league debut. Can you imagine? 1959. Willie would go on to become a Hall of Fame ball player, mainly with the San Francisco Giants. But his hits included 2 triples and 2 singles, and they were all against a Hall of Famer by the name of Robin Roberts.
Really?
Now that's the way to break into the big leagues, against a Hall of Famer, 4 for 4, and get 2 of those hits to be triples.
Stretch.
That's right. MVP of the league. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Matt Shaw is out, and so are the Cubs. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Cubs on top by a score of 8-3. We are at
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Steve's company? Is that
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich. Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
While building a healthy and happy community where pets and people thrive together. Cheers to the home team with Tito's, and let's hear it for the Northsiders.
Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools, patio sets, and more. The clearance event only at American Sale. Bring the fun home.
Caleb Durbin, right-handed batter, leads it off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs on top 8-3, trying to get one win in the 3 games. Pitch by Keller is outside for a ball to Durbin. 2-1 on Caleb Durbin. We stood for the 7th inning stretch here at American Family Field. Here's a bouncing ball to third, charging, gloving, nice play by Shaw, straightens up, throws him out. 1 down. And we were waving to Cub fans who were waving up to us. And then there was a very nice woman who came along with a camera.
Yep.
And she wanted to take a picture of the two of us. So with her hands, she made the motion as if to say, you know, move in closer to each other. I wonder if she's a film director, Ron, kind of giving us a little direction there of what she wanted to get her picture. And she wasn't abrasive about it or anything, but it gave us both a little chuckle. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Terang. We're both pretty coachable.
Yeah, it was fine.
Sort of. Here's the 1-1. Down low to Terang. And the next offering by the big right-hander in there for a call strike. 1 away, bottom of the 7th inning. We should get the attendance here shortly, and it's another whopper. The whopper is synonymous with a large crowd. Here's a ground ball to second. Corner will throw him out, and that's out number 2. Keller's doing a nice job. 5 straight batters retired since coming in.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball very well. Quick outs. That's for sure.
This date in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. 1933, many years ago, Cardinal pitcher Dizzy Dean set a big league record by striking out 17 Cubs in 1 game.
Wow.
We saw Kerry Wood strike out 20 men in a game. Still can't believe that. Here is a swing and a foul down the left field line. It's fun to be part of something where you say, if I wasn't here, I would not have believed it.
Yeah. And those games will go down in baseball history. People will be talking about those games for as long as we're playing baseball.
There's a pitch down low for a ball. 2-2. I've mentioned before, Ron, I've had the good fortune in my long career to broadcast, I think, 8 or 9 no-hitters. Now, Kerry's was a 1-hitter, but it is still the best pitching performance I've ever seen. Bouncer to third, past Bush, a do-or-die on the backhand short hop. Always a tough play, and it just jumped over the glove and into right for a base hit. It's a tough play.
Yeah, tough play for Michael. This is one of those, you got a decision to make. Do you go forward or do you go backwards and retreat a little bit and try to get a longer hop? I think now he'd probably rather have gone backwards than forwards a little bit. Always on that, when there's a ball hit to you and rolled over, that second hop that hits the dirt always gets that big hop, and that's exactly what happened.
Cubs lead by 5. 2 out, 7th inning. Anthony Siegler is going to bat for Joey Ortiz. Siegler, left-handed batter, and the first delivery to him is in there for a strike.
Caleb Thielbar, the left-hander, is now warming up in the Cubs bullpen.
Cubs out hitting Milwaukee 9-6 and leading 8-3. Siegler fouls it away. 0-2. What pitch is on your mind here?
You know, for Keller, you got a couple options. He's got such a good fastball. He throws a high fastball. I don't know if Siegler can catch up with it.
Perkins being held at first by Bush. Armstrong not particularly deep in center. And now the 0-2 from Keller. He brings it. The ball popped up shallow left, racing in and making a sliding catch is Suzuki. What a play by Seiya on the dead run, slid feet first. That's a tough play. Your eyes are jumping all over the place as you slide. You got to keep your eye on the ball as you make that sliding catch. Nicely done in that.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs. And then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me. And then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Summer, ready to get your adrenaline pumping? Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
8-3 Cubs, top of the 8th inning here in Milwaukee. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars to the K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Ron, it's the biggest crowd of the season at American Family Field. They've jammed 42,807 fans here to watch this series finale. Michael Busch leads it off for the Cubs. Cubs on top 8-3. Easton McGee is the new right-handed pitcher, and his next offering is a strike. 0-2 on Busch.
What did you say it was, 42 what?
42,807, largest crowd here for the season. And Ron, you are the winner today in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Strike 3 called. Busch caught looking at a backdoor bender. One away, Kyle Tucker coming up. Tucker's had a good day. In fact, he's been on base all 4 times. 2 walks, a single, and a 2-run double, and he has scored a run. Whenever you're a little bit down, and you're down when you lose the first 2 games, when first place was at stake when the series started. There's a bouncing ball to short, should be routine for Durbin, and it is, and that's out number 2. But you really look for leadership. You look for some of the veterans to come through on those tough days, Ron, when the team has lost a couple in a row, and it's always good to see. Shota pitched well, and Tucker had some big hits. Moises Ballesteros, the young kid, had the biggest hit of the day, the 3-run double.
Huge swing of the bat on a changeup that he shot to left center field. Nico all the way from first base scored on that double.
Bush led off the game with a homer on the very first pitch. That was a big play. Overall, a strong team performance by the Cubs today. Good to see. Now the 0-1 to Suzuki, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Ron guessed 42,000. The actual attendance 42,807. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 8, Milwaukee 3 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Stream every out-of-market game, live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Pat?
All right, Zach. Cubs on top, 8-3. Bottom of inning number 8. Frelick drove in a run with a 5th inning sacrifice fly. And the 0-1. Line down the left field line, on the run. Suzuki makes a running backhand catch. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, Ron. He appeared to get a very good jump on that ball, running straight toward the left field corner area, and made the catch with a nice backhand reach.
Yeah, excellent play. Good jump. Reaches out, as you said, makes the catch. And boy, what a difference a day or two will make. The first 2 days, every ball hit like that was falling in. For Milwaukee, everything was going their way. Today, it's been a Cubs day. Line drives are hitting the chalk line or staying fair. Cubs are making the plays, and it's been a different ball game here today for the Cubs.
Andrew Monasterio, the batter. Monasterio batting for Isaac Collins. And the first pitch missing. Here's a high pop fly. This is playable. Foul territory for Shaw. The third baseman makes the grab, and that's out number 2. Cubs leading 8-3 in the 8th inning. And again, Ron Coomer, the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. we will be picking the Benny's Beverage Depot player of the game, or actually Ron will. That's coming up in the 9th inning. Swinging a foul back by William Contreras.
No, I don't think I've ever made a guess outside of Dodger Stadium, I'll say, of 42,000 or more in the attendance game. Have you? Other than Dodger Stadium?
You know, I've never really given this that much thought.
Well, I'm just looking at this that I had written down. It's the only reason why I'm giving it any thought. There was another guess of 41,900. That has to be one of the biggest guesses, too. That kind of led things off. As the leadoff hitter.
I'm trying to think, have we not had some games in some larger venues where they hold 50,000? Maybe at the ballpark in Toronto,
maybe,
perhaps?
okay. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. I know Dodger Stadium is definitely one, but
we will be visiting Toronto in the month of August for a 3-game series. William Contreras hits a ground ball toward the middle, backhanded by Nico on the short hop behind the bag at second, throws to first in time. Nicely done by Caleb Thielbar. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 9th. Cubs 8, Brewers.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Your business in Bedford Park. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top 9 in Milwaukee. It's the Cubs with an 8-3 lead over the Brewers. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
Ron felt like a Bosch just a moment ago as Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off this 9th inning. Swings and misses. Cubs on top 8-3. We heard that old, and I mean old, this has got to be 40 to 50 years old.
Yeah, 70s song, got to be, right?
Pina Colada.
Yeah, if you like pina coladas. Right?
It's kind of an unusual little ditty. We had Zach Zaidman look up the artist.
Yeah.
Did I hear Rupert Holmes? Is that his only hit, or was he a multi-hit wonder? As Pete Crow Armstrong will take high for a ball. If you listen to the lyrics of that song, it's always kind of rubbed me in kind of a strange way. Both the man and the woman have written letters complaining about their relationship. It sounds like they're on a little bit of shaky ground to me. Here's a line drive fair down the right field line. Pete Crow Armstrong going for 2. He dives into second with a double. Pete with a 2-base hit to lead off this inning. He has just collected his 3rd hit of the game and his 2nd 2-bagger. What speed he has.
Yeah, and he kind of nicked with a pitch, too, so he's been on base 4 times today. And when he's on base like that, Cubs are going to win a lot of ball games because he puts a lot of pressure on the opposing defense. Maybe he likes pina coladas, and it really got him fired up for that last at bat.
Carson Kelly, the batter. Cubs with 10 hits in the game, out hitting Milwaukee 10-6. Fly ball to deep right in the corner, going back free. Near the wall, makes the catch. Tagging and hustling to third, Crow Armstrong. And the Cubs have a man at third with only 1 away. 30th double of the year for Pete Crow Armstrong. He's at third with 1 away. Cubs on top 8-3, and the batter is Nico Horner.
And the 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Of course.
And you've said that many times. I certainly believe it after all these times. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. I was a bit disoriented. We were talking music, and then Pete Crow Armstrong got the double. And then Matt, or not Matt, but Zach. See, I am disoriented now.
Yeah.
Zach handed me this note. It said 30th double of the year. Here's a chopper foul toward third. I thought he was still talking about pina colada.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Yeah. Especially when we're up 8-3.
That's the best part. Cubs trying to get out of here with a win. The pitch by Easton McGee. And it's a fly ball to right center. This will drive in a run. It's going to be a sac fly. The catch made by Frelick. Is he even going to try to throw to the plate? He does. And the throw not nearly in time. Standing up and scoring is Pete Crow Armstrong, and the Cubs lead 9-3 here in the 9th inning.
A lot of Cub fans here, thousands, and I mean thousands of the 42,800 that are here. Thousands of them are Cub fans, and they finally got something to cheer about in this series here on the final game.
Here is Nico Horner, or actually Ian Happ is going to bat in this spot. 2 in. And here's a deep drive to right off the bat of Ian Happ. It's got a chance. Gone. Ian Happ with a line drive home run to right. And the Cubs have broken it wide open and lead 10-3.
Ian comes into the game, and second at bat hits a line drive bullet into the bleachers, or into the bullpen of the Cubs, and no doubt home run.
RBIs on the home run for Ian Happ. RBIs sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get Old National Bank. The offense for the Cubs has returned in a big.
One and two on Dansby Swanson. All Cubs here. They lead at 10-3, and they're making some noise. Cubs have not been swept in a 3-game series all year.
I believe the Cubs and the Reds are the only two teams have not yet been swept in a series of 3 games or more.
All right, JD, real quick.
Yep.
And T-Mac, you can participate if you want as well. The Mets add Tyler Rogers to the pen, but it's SUBMARINER as he throws that style. SUBMARINER.
Yeah.
Did they add a submariner or a submariner?
Submariner.
All right.
Yeah. I would go with submariner as well.
I'll be difficult and say they added a submariner.
I would probably say side armor, but it's...
Yes. But it's submarine style.
It is submarine style.
That's the first. T-Mac just with the tone is like, what's wrong with you? It's submariner. Maybe she's right. Yeah, she's right.
It's Alertus Gurriel Dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newt Bar fan. What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
And then just shot putting it. Walk when there's nobody on base.
There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful,
isn't it?
Torkelson at the top of that list is 97. Leading the Tigers in home runs so far. This early season, but also these Tigers haven't produced solid defensive receiving some new base in outfield. Now we're going to see at 3 top catches in your time.
Daniel Palencia will deliver to the newest Brewer, Danny Jansen. So Jansen facing the flame-throwing right-hander. Look at those numbers for Palencia.
In 2018 with Toronto. Today with Imanaga on the mound, but I think you'll see him DH sometimes against lefties. Or catch. 1-1. This is line down the left field line. And it's 1-2. You could always give Contreras a day off and have him DH in those situations, but a little bit of power with Danny Jansen. And a really, really big reputation as a great clubhouse guy. Palencia brings home the 1-2 pitch and a swing and a foul back, and it stays at 1-2. This is the Danny Jansen that caught for 2 different teams in one game last year. It was a game that was suspended due to weather, and by the time they resumed the game, he had been traded to the Red Sox. 1-2 pitch to Palencia. Is a little high. He's able to check on a fastball upstairs at 101 from Palencia. And it's 2-2 on Jansen. Has to be a thrill for him to be a Brewer, being from Appleton. 2-2. That's a called third strike. Fastball at 101 on the outside edge. And Jansen strikes out. There's one away. And Andrew Vaughn will be the hitter. Vaughn has a hit today. He has an extra base hit in 4 consecutive games. That is on the line here. His hit today was a single into left. He has had quite a series. And quite a homestand for that matter. Palencia brings home the pitch, and Vaughn took high. It's 1-0. This is a 1-1 game, and then the Cubs played at 4 in the top of the third. They led it 5-1 at that point. Brewers got it back to 5-3 after 5, but it's been all Cubs since then. Here's a fly ball into right. This is going to push back Tucker onto the very edge of the warning track. He's got to play, and he makes it. And there's 2 down. And Caleb Durbin comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. So the Brewers will win this series 2-1. And these two teams will see each other again in mid-August. And what a huge series that's going to be. A 5-game set at Wrigley. Pitch to Durbin is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. A doubleheader to open up that series. And there will be a lot of baseball after that series is over to determine this division, but there are going to be a lot of eyes on that series. 0-1. And he checked on a pitch down and away with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Looks like no blood drawn here at this ballpark this year. 3-3. Cubs and Brewers, looks like it'll be.
Cubs won the first series here. Brewers salvaged the final game, and it's going to be the reverse of that, it looks like, here today. 1-1, and Durbin committed to a slider down and away. And Brewers down to their last strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Durbin. He was 0 for 3 today, and 0 for 6 in the series for Caleb. Palencia's 1-2 pitch, and he's able to check on a pitch up and in with a fastball at 102 from Danny Palencia. This has been a big development for the Cubs, that Palencia has figured it out. It's a big-time arm. They needed somebody to lock down the 9th inning for them, and he's been a good one. 2-2 pitch. Up and away. It goes to 3-2 on Durbin. Brewers will still wake up tomorrow with the best record in baseball. 3-2 pitch, and Durbin a ground ball back up the middle and into center field. It's a base hit for Caleb, his first hit of the series, and he extends the inning with a 2-out single. And now here's Bryce Terang.
I think the biggest question when we get to Washington on Friday, other than what may or may not happen tomorrow at the trade deadline, the other biggest question, Lane, how long are you going to be without Jackson Chourio? We'll be looking forward to hearing the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have a very good idea on that until Friday, probably. There goes Durbin. Pitches inside. Durbin to second on indifference. And it's 1-0 on Terang. Yeah, it remains to be seen on Jackson. That was always going to be a wait-and-see thing. 1-0 pitch. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Jackson felt pretty good about it last night. But things can change with those. Sleep on it. Get up today. How does it feel today? How does it feel tomorrow? Things can tighten up a little bit. You just don't know. 2-0 pitch. Terang, a broken bat. 1 hopper to first. It is fielded by Bush. He'll run to the bag and retire Terang. And this ball game is over. The Cubs salvage a game out of the series with a 10-3 victory here this afternoon. But the Brewers win the series 2-1 and remain a game in front of the Cubs in first in the NL Central. 10-3 your final. We're back to tell you about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
What's on Tap? Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time.
Celebrate your special occasion at a Brewers game. Assemble your crew of 15 or more and enjoy discounted ticket pricing and preferred seating. Plus, Brewers account reps take the stress out of planning to help you plan your outing. Learn more